But Coach, if you could just kick things off with how you and the team are feeling heading into tomorrow's match against Racing Louisville.
Yeah, very excited to be here to play in Louisville. I think the team has prepared well. It's been very intense last couple of weeks, and here we are again on the road. But I think the team is ready, is prepared. Um, we're confident. At the same time, we know that we play a very very good side. We can see that now Bev is obviously doing a fantastic job there with Cam and they're getting the team together. I think they got some key players back in now, and we can see that obviously fantastic performance last week in Houston and some good result as well in Portland. So it's going to be a difficult challenge, but I think the team is in good spirits. I think this league is starting to shape a little bit more like the old NWSL where there is a lot of equality and you have to be on top of things. I think when we look at the form of the last 5 games, we are at the top of the table in those 5 games, and we want to make sure that we can keep that form going. I think it's very important that stability, but it's at a very difficult place. I think obviously Louisville is going to be looking forward to play at home, and we hope to get the 3 points, of course.
Great. We'll kick things off with Anthony.
Hey, Coach, Anthony Merced with AJM FC Sports. The you mentioned it a little bit before about how the team doesn't want to necessarily look at where the standings are and that every team there's a lot of parity within the league. How do you prepare for a team that knows that they need a win versus your team, which has been very comfortable with their recent results?
Well, I think that probably Louisville is also comfortable with the recent results. No, they got a better result than us last weekend. So I think in this league it's always about the next game. I think it's very important to try to be consistent to the way we operate and work. Is we try to exploit our weapons, our tools to be dominant in the game. I think it won't be different this time. Obviously, Louisville presents certain things that are very specific to them, no? With like I think Fisher is doing a great job up top in the hold-up play, and obviously they go key players on Emma Sears, and now with the Melo back, obviously Flint is always a player that is important. I think every team try to play their game, and it will be a question of how we can be the team that end up being at the top and dominant in that game. Difficult place to come. I think Friday night games are always a little bit special in under the lights, and the players love that. So I think it will be a very interesting challenge for sure.
Up next, we'll go with Sean.
Coach, thanks for your time today. Sean Suckling on the magazine. Big story, of course, league wide, and because of her statuesque there, really worldwide in WOSO. All of her goals. What do you think is not really allowing this to happen, but what changes have you seen with her, possibly how she's getting the ball from the other players, whatever the case may be, that's allowed her to be on such a hot streak and getting many multiple goal games as well?
Well, I think it's the first thing with Esther is always the effort that she does without the ball, and not only when we are in the team in our structure side or defensive side, but also like when we are actually attacking and her movement. I think it's very, very important of how intelligent she is. And when we are able to obviously find her or create chances for her, we know that there is a big possibility that she puts them away. So I think it's a question of chemistry with the teammates, even if obviously we've had to change now, no, with Gabby being out, then now Jace, Mitch coming in, Ella in and out, Jess coming in and out of the team as well. It's been a bit difficult, but I think the understanding between her and the teammates is growing, and I think it's very obvious that probably Esther is one of the best strikers in the world in terms of converting the chances that are created for her or that she creates for herself. So yeah, I think it's something that we're really looking forward to see how we can hopefully execute tomorrow again. She loves to score not only one but two goals, so I hope that she can do it again, of course.
Great. Jenna, go ahead.
Oh, thank you so much, Coach, for taking the time.
Always.
Well, so Peyton isn't here, so I have to ask if there's any injury updates, particularly with Jess Carter, Rose Lavelle. Any chance we might see them this weekend or the near future?
Well, with Rose, she's doing well, but I don't think she's gonna be ready for this game. Yeah, I think yes, is looking better than last week. But obviously, so we will be a player as well that we still need to wait and see. We have to train today here. It's been a difficult year in terms of availability. Obviously, we also have had like obviously Jess Silva and. Lately, we've also been missing Mandy, and a couple of games ago we were missing Ella. Like it's been tough on top of obviously Tierna's injury. But one thing that I'm very confident and very proud is that every time there is let's say a problem, we focus on the solution. The players do that. The players have been outstanding at filling in on different roles. We could see, again last week, Neely playing the five, now the left side center back, and we were able to keep a clean sheet. I think we had one shot on target throughout 90 minutes, very low expected goals from the opposition. So I think that for us is something we take a lot of pride, and it's not been easy, but the way the players are reacting to it and doing the job at that very high level despite the difficulties is something to be proud of, no?
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I wanted to ask about Esther, something that I've noticed that she does a lot in addition to just, being an exceptional striker, is she does a lot of tracking back to defend and winning the ball back and bringing it back. Is that just part of the way that you play, or is that just something that like she does, when she feels out during a game?
Yeah, I think it's both. I think the way we want to play is for us, our forwards are our first defenders. I think our forwards take a lot of pride when the team doesn't concede goals because it's one of our targets. And on top of that, if we are able to do that, then them scoring a goal means that we're winning the game. No, so they're very committed to do that. We have a very clear way of defending with our structure, what are the roles and responsibilities, how we need to fill in the gaps when a teammate is not there, or when we have to do extra efforts. And I think that Esther is, the prime example of that, like how she sacrificed herself on the press and coming back and helping. And I think that's very, very important for the team, because when you have forwards that work hard, and that's something that we've seen obviously with Ella, with Jace now, with Mitch, like everyone needs to really push together in that defensive side in order for the team to be successful. And that's something we definitely take a lot of pride on. No?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Jada.
Anthony, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. So we just recently spoke with Sophia Cook about the team and about her how she got here. She mentioned a lot about how your tactics and the way you are as a coach was really something that she liked, and how happy she is to be in your system. Speak about her if you can, and about what she could bring to the team moving forward, and especially with her enthusiasm and also her talent.
Yeah, well, I think Sofia was a very special player that, we had kind of under control from the college game. And then when it came to the process of recruitment, I think when we met, she was fantastic. She's a student of the game. She was talking to me about our tactics and how we do things and how she really enjoyed the way we play on the ball and without the ball. And for me, that was very important because obviously that showed me that she had the interest and the knowledge, and also that she's passionate about it, and she knew where she was. If finally we were gonna finalize it, that she was gonna come to somewhere where she also knew that it was gonna be the right place for her. And she's got a special ability. I think Sophia Cook is a bit funny because she also speaks Spanish. I think her mom is Argentinian, and she's got some connections with Spain. We were talking because of her way of playing that we could feel that she played some futsal as a kid. Well, she's still very young, but like she played a lot of futsal, and that's something I think it opens your technical ability, it opens the way you see the game. For example, is something that Rose used to do quite a lot. Obviously, Esther, players that have been in other countries, they do very often. And I think she's very, very special. The more you guys start seeing her, she does things to connect, to play forward, to be able to link units and link play. That is very interesting. And also is a player that is good going, towards the final third. They will take some time because we all know that the physical demands of our league are very different to the physical demands of college, and there are some players that are more prepared and some players that are a bit less prepared for it. But I think the future, the present and the future of Sofia is very, very exciting, and we're very happy and proud that we are together on this journey.
Sean, we'll kick things over to you.
Again, thank you. Coach, you touched on, and I believe the phrase you used was players in and out. You mentioned a number of players, which basically that's the starting 11 in any league in the world. When the players come back, when everyone's healthy, you then have the best of problems, and you're smiling because you know it is the best of problems.
Yeah.
How do you make this work? Because you can't play 2 games at once. And you just the roster is dotted with stars at all levels.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we're not gonna have everyone back because obviously Tierna is a very important player for us that probably is gonna miss the majority of the year. But I don't honestly, with my experience in football and in America, like you need to be preparing game by game. It's very difficult to be thinking how you want things to look because you probably will get frustrated because there are things that you can't control. What you can control is what you do every day to try to get to that place, to try to protect the players, and be as competitive as possible. So I think that the moment is a good question, but it's something that honestly I haven't been thinking about because sometimes you just need to go game by game, see how the team is feeling, see what's the loadings that they can manage, see how they are physically, how is the performance level, commitment, attitude. So it's a very complex situation, but of course I hope we go Rose, that is a very important player for us that still hasn't been able to play for us. Then we go Mitch, that is obviously coming back, hopefully getting close to at some point start a game. Jace is still adapting. We have players there that now we're missing Gabi. It's a long process, but what I can say is that I'm very proud of how the team is reacting, pushing, and working hard together to go through the challenges and being in the position we are in is credit to all of them for the effort that they are doing because they're really pushing. I think that week away was super hard physically, mentally, and coming back on the back of that with all those points and still put a good performance against Chicago and like on the back of beating North Carolina. I think the team is really pushing to be the best they can be, and the present is exciting and the future even more.
All right, and we'll wrap things up with Anthony.
So, Coach, looking forward to this week, and Louisville and the travel. What are you looking your team to accomplish? Not talking about, obviously you want to win. What are you looking to see from your team on the field tactically?
Well, I think we need to continue our defensive work. I think we've been really good if we are able to stop their transitions and be switched on set pieces. I think hopefully we can control them. I think for us it's always a big target to keep a clean sheet. We take a lot of pride on doing that, and if we can do that and be a little bit sharper towards the goal, that probably was something that we were missing last week. I think that we will, that we got a good chance to win. I think we want to be exciting with the ball. We want to make sure that we have different tools to penetrate the opposition. We're working on a lot of different things to make sure that we can do that. And yeah, I think it's that those are the targets for the game. So hopefully we can perform difficult plays. I think in Louisville as well, when they get the fans in, it's a difficult, it's a difficult environment, but it's something that we love and we thrive. So yeah, honestly, I can't wait for the games. It's exciting.